He had a man and even no black. Holding nothing back. Oh man, no, let them get the heart heavy down that busy bee. Down that busy bee. Hey, baby. All right. I want to know, do you feel all right? I can't hear you. Can I hear it a little bit louder? Can I hear it a little bit louder? All right.
World great entertainer, James Brown, the godfather of soul, James Brown. Going back to Ireland.
I'm thinking I'm proud.
James Brown, baby.
Say it loud.
I got that feeling, baby.
I'm
James
thinking
Brown.
I'm proud.
Boss these shirts, James.
When James Brown came back to the Apollo in Harlem, New York in December 2006, it was his last appearance at the legendary theater. Many of his loyal fans had come to see the godfather of soul one last time. The Apollo had been a milestone in his career. Although his earlier records frequently made it into the top 10 of the R&B charts, it wasn't until the release of his album Live at the Apollo in 1963 that he finally conquered the US pop market. His record company didn't believe in the success of a live album that didn't feature any new songs, so James Brown had to finance the production out of his own pocket. The album would reach number 2 in the Billboard charts, and in 2003 it ranked number 24 on Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums of all times.
Yes. And this album has a very unique story, and it's a beautiful story because it gives you the motivation. I took my own personal money, okay, and that's when I love John Belushi so much. And I put this out. They said it couldn't happen. Oh, James, you can't do this. You've been doing this all your life. I put it out. It was a tremendous hit, and it's back again 18 years later. Another big hit because some young fellas believed that it could be done again. So it's a brand new day for James Brown, and good riddance to disco.
James Brown's beginnings were as humble as one could imagine. His father worked at a gas station in Barnwell, South Carolina. When James was 4 years old, his parents separated, and he grew up with his aunt who owned a brothel in Augusta, Georgia. Life in the streets was tough. James Brown left school in 7th grade and worked as a cotton picker and shoeshine boy. At age 16, he was caught breaking into cars and sent to prison.
I was a juvenile delinquent as a kid, and I think that all I can do, I'm a model man. If I can show the energy and inspiration, the motivation for the kids that got short time, that they can get out and have a different concept.
In jail, he met a young pianist, Bobby Byrd, who took him into his group, the Gospel Starlighters, which would later evolve into the famous Flames. The Flames toured all over Georgia, eventually caught the attention of Sid Nathan, who signed them to his Cincinnati-based King Records in 1956. The same year, they released their first single, Please, 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 which shot up to number 5 in the R&B charts. What a debut. The R&B radio stations had James Brown and the famous Flames on heavy rotation. They became huge stars in the southern United States, but they did not really appeal to wide audiences until Live at the Apollo. James Brown was on his way to become a superstar. In the 60s, he released a string of smash hits like Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, I Feel Good, Lick and Stick, It's a Man's World, Cold Sweat, and in 1968, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. It was the year civil rights leader Martin Luther King was assassinated, and James Brown's words resonated with his audience. His former manager and backup singer Al Sharpton said, "It was James Brown that with one song erased the word Negro from our language forever and made us say it, and say it loud, that we were black and we were proud."
This is no way. We are black. We are black. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can't y'all go back down and let's do the show together? We're black. Don't make us all look bad. Let me finish doing the show.
Come on, today. Get on, sir. Get down there. Be a gentleman. No, get up there.
Al Sharpton and James Brown had been friends for decades. In the 80s, the two had developed a plan to fight unemployment among America's youth by sponsoring first-class shoeshine stands around the country.
I started as a shoeshine boy, and I started on the corner of a little box, very unsophisticated, but very sincere. But we're going to make these young kids, with the understanding of going into it, that you take a third of your salary, put it in the bank, 2 years later, you have to dismiss yourself from the job, and take that money and further your education.
James Brown was one of the most productive recording artists in R&B and pop history. During his 50-year career, he built a repertoire of over 800 songs, of which 114 entered Billboard's R&B single charts. 94 made it into the Hot 100 single charts. He had 17 #1 R&B hits. Good lyrics are a good thing, he once said, but I would like to pass on that drive, that invigorous, undying determination. His efforts did not remain unnoticed. In 1992, he was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Grammy. James Brown was highly respected for his activism and engagement in social causes. He donated money to various charitable organizations. He told kids to stay off drugs and get an education. He always wanted to be close to his fans. In his prime, he played 300 shows a year, making him the hardest working man in show business, often preferring smaller venues over big arenas. He sought the contact with his audience.
You get close to the people, and you get a chance to be on a one-to-one, and I think that's one of the things that hurts the entertainers. You lose contact with the audience. And when you lose contact with the audience, you just lost your whole career, because you're playing to them, not to yourself. And what happens when you're in a major hall, you're basically playing to yourself. They can't feel you. Just visualize it, 20,000 seats. I played the Yankee Stadium, and you see James Brown, you look like a little doll or a puppet. You run across the stage, So it's not real. But when you go in a club, he's there. In the last few years, I recognized a lot of things I probably didn't recognize as much as I do now. As you get older, you understand more.
But in the mid-70s, the picture darkened. The disco revolution was taking its toll. James Brown's record sales dropped. He owed $4.5 million in back taxes, which forced him to sell his airplane and his radio station. Shaken by personal tragedy, his son Teddy was killed in a car accident. James Brown seemed to be at a dead end. That would change with his guest appearance in the 1980 cult movie The Blues Brothers, which allowed him a comeback and another hit in the charts.
They're so talented, it's frightening. Every time on the set, they would come out and start rapping. Dan would come out and start humming one of my arrangements. Like every arrangement I've had for the last 24 years. Yeah. And John, he come out singing it, and he's doing the hand flips. I mean, real nice guys. But one of the things that intrigued me and made me feel real close to them, that they had enough guts to do what so many of us need to do, put your money where your mouth was. They want to help the entertainers who had problems in the past, with Cab Calloway, Aretha, Ray Charles, myself. I mean, we would have never been exposed on that level, And they brought it right down front, so there's a need for it, and give everybody a real shot.
1985 marked another milestone in James Brown's career. Living in America, the title song to Sly Stallone's Rocky IV became a #4 hit in the US charts. Mr. Dynamite was back in business. How Do You Stop? I'm Real and Static Parts 1 and 2 all hit top 10 in the R&B charts. But in 1988, James Brown got into trouble again. He was sentenced to 6 years in jail for illegal possession of firearms and resisting arrest, but released 3 years later for good behavior. Just a few years earlier, he had been to San Quentin prison, but then he came to perform. What motivated the godfather of soul, the stylish rhythm and blues trendsetter, to give a concert in a place like this?
It's from God, it's from all the hard knocks and fights that I had, and the fact that I understand because I've been there. As a kid, I know what it means to be locked up, and I figure the best way to motivate somebody is to show them that you care. And I think out there we can do a lot. But you know, Smokey the Bear don't think of it. He don't tell you how to put out fires. He'll tell you how to prevent them. So you can start by doing it at home. If you will pay a little close attention to your kids, make sure they get a good education, and do the right thing, you have less people for me to perform to. As a kid, I had 8 to 16 years in prison, so I served 4 years, and it's no strange place to be. It's just a sad place to be, but hey, I sympathize and understand. They know me. They know where I'm at. You know, I can't say that about everybody, but they know where I'm at, and I think I just got the kind of identity that they want. The man who come from the ground, you know, and that's what it's about. These street people out here, you know.
All right.
And they understand me and I understand them.
Everybody feel good. Feel good. Feel good. Feel good. Feel good. JB, you feel good? Feel good? I feel pretty good myself. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Get up off of that thing and say to you, feel better. Get up off of that thing and say, this is a man. This is a man's way.
James Brown has shaped soul and pop music like no other artist. His drive in live performances, the way he moved across the stage, his flashy footwork, the flying splits, his unique singing style have inspired generations of musicians all over the world and laid the foundation for music styles from rock to rap. He might be gone forever, but his music will never die.
What it means is there is 10,000 people that love me, or 20,000, whatever. Those people love me. And what I better do when I walk out there is give them all I got. So what I do, I think of the little boy who shined shoes, who didn't get a chance to get a formal education, who they gave a chance, who was formerly a junior delinquent. And here they are paying $5, $10, $12, whatever, to see me. Boy, you better give them all you got, because you're lucky to be there.